Hello everyone, welcome back to another video here on Play on GAA with me, Seamus Brady and Luke Payton. In this video, we are going to be giving a match review of Cork's victory over Louth in the All-Ireland Football Qualifiers of 2022. Cork winning by 2-12 to 2-8 down in Páirc Uí Chaoimh against a very defensive Louth side, let's be honest, Luke. I mean, they did park the bus for long periods of this game. But guys, before we get into the match review, please like, subscribe, share and comment. It really helps us out. And let's go. Luke, as I mentioned, pretty defensive game, lots and lots of frees. I mean, Stephen Sherlock hit 7 frees and only got 1 extra point from play. Sam Mulroy on the other side for Louth, all 4 of his points came from placed balls. Just a bit of a free kick contest and Cork winning out in a bit of a dull game in the end.
Yeah, it was kind of the comments by Mickey Hart were interesting enough afterwards as well, where he pretty much said that like, what do people want? Do they want kind of Louth to go up to these games and play kind of 6-2-6 and then ultimately be going in facing a huge kind of deficit at half time? And that, look, he said that the way that they're going to set up is that they're going to make it difficult and make it a game right to the end. And look, that's exactly what happened, I suppose, in the end. Like, they lost by 4 points in the end, and it was a game all the way up to the last few minutes too. And yeah, look, so you can't blame Louth, I suppose, for doing that as well. You have to play the way to maximise your chances of winning, which they did. And but look, they're just lacking. They've Sam Mulroy there as well, but no scores from play for himself, and they just lacking kind of forwards completely there. They're able to set themselves up defensively, got a good strong defensive shape, but that's just like what's kind of separating them from the next level, I think, there. And that's why the likes of Corks are probably going to be always just too good for them as well. But look, at the same time, wouldn't be too overly happy if I was a Cork fan either as well. They had huge problems breaking down that Louth structure, and that going forward in the championship, like in 2022, the one thing you can rely on is that all good teams towards the end of the All-Ireland Senior Championship are going to have a good defensive structure. They get bodies behind the ball. Like, at least their entire half-forward line will be behind the ball most of the time when you go forward. So if you're struggling to break down kind of Louth, who would be, like, they're very well set up by Mickey Hart, but their individuals are not quite on the level of the better teams that they're going to face later on as well. If you're having problems breaking down that already, like, it's worrying enough signs going forward as well. You saw what Kerry did to that Kerry defence did to that Cork team, and like, I wouldn't be too optimistic about a long run the championship if I was a Cork fan based on that as well. You talk about kind of Sherlock hitting 8.7 frees, Brian Hurley hit 1-4, and look, that was basically it.
Yeah, I mean, Colm O'Callaghan was the guy who got the other goal for Cork, but they only had 3 scorers in the entire game, which really, really says a lot. I mean, if you're talking about their attacking ability, to only get 2-5 from play against Louth, like, going forward against bigger teams who have better defences, that could be pretty tough for Cork to really compete with those sides. I mean, you're talking, they lost to the likes of Meath, who went down to Clare there as well at the weekend. Like, unless they improve rapidly, they won't be long for this championship. They have some really, really talented players. I mean, in their side there at the weekend, you're looking at the likes of Sherlock, you're looking at the likes of Cathal O'Mahony, just really talented youngsters that have been breaking into the side. But, Louth on the flip side with Mickey Hart, his experiment, not experiment, but revolution there at Louth, back-to-back promotions and up as champions from Division 3. Like, both of them going into Division 2 next season. Is there improvements there that you see them both making, or do you think that either side is really kind of stagnated now?
Look, I think you have to praise kind of what's been done in Louth as well. Is that I do think that prior to Mickey Hart coming in, if Cork were to have played Louth in a game in the All-Ireland, look, I think Cork would have been expecting to win by about 15 points. So look, the improvement that's come in from Louth since the Mickey Hart appointment has been, it's been massive. And you have to say that, look, they're defensively, they're far better structured as well. And look, they had a fantastic league campaign, but they kind of you could nearly say that a bit of a downside of the league campaign was that by winning Division 3, look, they're up playing in the championship, where, look, it was always going to be very, very difficult for them to go too far into the championship just based on their progression, and that look, a year in the Telstra Cup this year might have been actually really good for Louth as well. You're looking at the southern half of the draw that they probably would have been in, like with the other Leinster teams as well. You're looking at, it's going to be Offaly versus Westmeath and that as well. There's nothing to say that Louth wouldn't beat either of those teams, and that if they were in the Telstra Cup this year, I think there was a great chance that they could have ended up in a final at least. So I know I'd be fairly happy from a Louth perspective with how the year's gone. They got their day in Croke Park, they got their win in Croke Park. So I think from their perspective, it's been a really, really good year. And that's, look, they've gone out to a Cork side as well. But you look at resources, you look at population size, everything as well. The biggest county versus the smallest county, and the effort they put in going down to Cork as well. Look, I think they can hold their heads up pretty high, and that they've improved a huge amount this year. And look, if they can keep Mickey Hart around, look, they'll be hoping they can keep going strength to strength as well. Just the question is if they've got enough players coming through. And then just briefly on Cork, look, I'd be a bit more concerned. I think a huge rebuild is needed. Yeah, blood and all those young players, it's going to help. And look, but the hope is that they're going to have to start improving eventually, and that they're going to have to show that they're good enough for championship level. It's all well and good playing young players as well, and then saying that, look, they will get better, but they're going to have to show signs that they will be good enough for that level eventually. So, look, it remains to be seen how they go. And some of these lads are gonna have to start improving like really, really quick if they want to have aspirations of going back to competing in Munster, because it doesn't look like it's gonna happen at all in the next coming years.
Yeah, I mean, I can't disagree with anything that you've said there, Luke. Cork going through, beating Louth in the All Ireland qualifiers, 2-12, 2-8. That's been the match review here on Play on GAA, guys. Keep an eye out for all the other match reviews. There's a match review on all the matches which happened in the Football Championship over the weekend, including Mayo Monaghan, including Clare Meath. Then there's a roundup of all the Tailteann Cup fixtures, as well as a review of the John McDonagh Cup final, the Leinster Hurling Championship final, and the Munster Hurling Championship final. So keep an eye out for all that. Smash the like button. Please subscribe. And until the next one, guys, take care.